There's nothing else.
Tequila sunset.
I don't remember what's happening here, but I'm trying to get my bearings back.
The gnarled hawthorn tree on Rue de Sausage Lane in Georgia.
That's my boy.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox.
This is Station 57. How may I assist you? No. And I doubt that that's maybe for tomorrow morning. Anything else?
In the cabin, you see a...
Give me a moment. It's about Victor, isn't it? It's always about Victor with her. You'll find the measurements in apartment 20 upstairs. It's one of those doors on the balcony.
A weathered brown door. The number reads 20. Something smells good. Soup a l'oignon. The lieutenant motions to you to go ahead and knock.
That's my boy.
This is the door. You already know this
You
door.
can fix the...
This is going to be so hard. Get yourself together. It's just police work.
You're right. Let's talk this through.
passing by the door and some folk music playing on the radio.
Thanks for joining the stream, Alice.
We have our first preliminary identification. In all likelihood, the deceased is the husband of Billy Major. We need to confirm this, as well as deliver the identification to Billy herself. Now, delivering a death notification is never an easy task. There's a reason why it's often called the most stressful part.
Have you ever played Disco ELYSIUM before? If not, have you played any RPGs?
Ready to act if necessary. Dead. Just don't say that you know how they feel. You don't.
Good advice. The lieutenant motions towards the door.
Shannon M in the live. Respect for the likes.
Hello? Who is it?
So we'll have to be telling this woman that we'll find her husband dead on the pier. Got drunk and had an accident.
And someone turns down the radio.
Police. A moment, please give us a moment.
Tidying up nervously. Liz very nervous.
Why did she say give us a moment? If her husband dead, she should be there alone late at night.
Come in, the door is open.
I'm suspicious of this lady.
It's you from the book stand. Did you come to bring my cockatoo back? I don't think I introduced myself properly. I'm Billy. Would you like something to drink? Tea, lemonade? We're out of coffee.
The lieutenant has taken off his foggy glasses and is busy cleaning them in his handkerchief for now. You're on your own here. He must feel vulnerable without his glasses. Is this why he's letting you take them?
Is this about Victor, my husband? Is he in some kind of trouble again? I can come pick him up in the station if that's odd. No, this is something much worse. Is he in the hospital? How bad is it?
How about some small talk before you break the news? Definitely no small talk. This isn't the time or place.
Empathy. 72%. I think I can get it a little higher. I think some of these clothes might give me better empathy. +1 empathy. There you go. +1 empathy, so that's 2. So I should have a higher percentage and 72 now, 92, there you go. Let's just jump right into that.
You've done this before. Just keep your focus. Yes, that's the most important thing. Use that word. No euphemisms. This is what you came here for.
What did you say? Oh.
D-Lo, thanks for joining the live. If you like RPGs, you can give the live a tap.
Oh. But it was just...
Thanks for joining the live, Nickel.
But he was just here, alive.
We understand this comes as a huge shock. I want you to know that me and my partner are here for you. If you have any questions, take your time.
What happened to him? Was he drunk?
We don't know if he was drunk. There was alcohol there, but we don't know that.
And you just found him there, lying in the cold.
Hands-free boy. You see him?
How long had he been there?
If you say 2 days maybe, it will be etched in her mind forever.
How about I say, it's hard to say at this point, so I don't give her too much to go on. I'm only there to tell her that her husband is dead, which he is, so I don't know if I need to let her feel worse or lie to her. So let's just say it's hard to say.
Eyes welling up with tears as her hand starts searching
Probably
for
the flicking for a reason to be sad.
her dress, the handkerchief.
Yes, thank you.
Is there anyone we could call for you? A friend, a family member, someone who could be here for you?
No. I just need to tell my girls.
Unreal.
God, should I call them? Should I tell them to come home?
No. A day.
Take a day, lady.
It's probably the right thing. Thank you. Just tell me, what do I need to do next? Where is he? Can I see him?
We've taken him to the city morgue. The local coroner will be contacting you shortly to arrange the funeral. Here's his number in case you want to contact him earlier.
A very good call.
Is there anything else that the RCA could do for you?
No, I'll call you if something comes up. I'm still. Thank you. Thank you for telling me. I'll call if.
These are her last reserves of strength. But
We should step outside and talk. You did well. I'll call the station tomorrow and let them know the name of the deceased. That's it. We should get back to our case now that our duty here is done. They'll manage.
they have to. It's not your place to live their lives.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Gizmo J.A. Thanks for joining the stream. You ever play Disco Elysium? What do you think of it so far? That's done. I need to go sleep and continue this in the morning. So a while ago in the Wooder house, the detective, his partner, is telling me not to run in the house. And earlier in the game, him asked me why I run everywhere. So I could actually walk and do everything, and the game would notice, and his dialogue would probably change. Carry him in and give him medication, man. I'm not doing nothing but keeping himself busy. I'm too purdy. Well, give him the medication and put him in the crib.
He's back. And
Tequila Sunlight.
There's the old woman, but there's a gap where the name of that song should be. You should ask her about it right now.
Yes, I can't really sleep anymore. Only a few hours a night. It happens when you grow older. My suggestion is, don't go any older than you already are. That's old enough. What's troubling your mind? A lullaby my mother used to sing. I sang it to my kids too. It's an old Samaritan children's song. Surrender to the night.
That's kind of grim for a children's song, even if it is a lullaby.
Yes, it does.
So it might look like I'm randomly walking around, but I am looking for points or areas that are going to trigger a thought. Because there's an investigation that I still need to get clues for.
The sea's gonna calm down soon, I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. What's on your mind, officer?
JJ, thanks for joining the stream. There, try to figure out how we're gonna reach on top of the boardwalk thing there. Here we go.
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other.
Correct. The density of the bullet holes is unusual. Even in a general average bullet hole frequency in Martinez sense. Grim affairs.
YouTube asking me to sign in. Yes, it's me, YouTube.
Meaning, this is a lot of bullet holes. Looks like fully automatic rifle fire. Something you don't see these days. The manufacturing and sale of automatic rifles was curtailed after the revolution. The destructive power of such tools proved to be too much. We do need to retain some humanity in this world.
Unable to piece together the big picture just now, there's a hole in their hypothesis. The scattering of bullet holes looks like one giant smiling mouth, smiling its deadly smile, laughing at you, and the world, and the living.
Can't believe I failed that one. That's crazy work.
The scattering of bullet holes is spread across.
Still up on the empathy close.
The scattering of bullet holes is spread across.
I actually can't give a feel that one. That's crazy. With 72%, that's crazy, yeah. I might have to go sleep and come back.
A metal and plastic contraption hops up and down amid
That over there must be the boy class you told us about. The one she hid her passport in.
Ooh, hidden thing. You lift the boy out of the water without much effort. It's not tied to anything. The cords dangling from the bottom appear to have been cut. The number 11 has been written on the yellow plastic. It hasn't been in the water for very long, but it's already discolored and slimy with silt. A latch holds it close, but only just barely. The brittle metal of the latch has cracked.
Simple construction. Very unsafe.
There's something in there, splashing around. It smells like you would expect it to smell. A concentrated version of the coast. Salt, industrial slop, and decay. A shot glass's worth of seawater pours out. Some algae, and nothing else.
Carlos, all going.
Well, damn. I have no idea. I wouldn't go so far as to say that this is only a small website, but I do wish we knew who took the documents. That may very well be the case. We should keep an eye on her. Nothing more for us to do here. Let's go.
You could possibly miss what she thinks later if you have the time, though you doubt she'll tell you much at this point.
We still got here too late. There's nothing of use here anymore.
You see a once bright mirror towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D. A slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now,
someone tell him a walk. Can you use them on the same time? So I'm gonna show you some reach outside, man. I guess I can't go in there.
there's some tape, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in the trash bin.
Yeah, let's just call it a night. Hello, my boy.
Worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long while.
From here to the building, I can't see how. The church is in there.
I'm not supposed to talk to this girl yet.
It's getting cold. This late in the night. Time to call it a day.
Good night, officer. We'll meet in front of the shack in the morning.
Vanu, walk on.
On the tape, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap. And holding your hands on the wall, you see the reflection of your face in it. The bed is comforting, if a bit run down. Still, you've earned a rest. The place feels almost like home now, quiet and dignified around you. A new life by the seaside. You're incredibly tired. The darkness and warmth come fast. You're falling asleep.
It's easier this time. Drifting off, your head has found a comfortable indent in the pillow. Your legs and your torso.
Hey, they give him medication.
Lead weight sinking to the bottom of the sea until there's suddenly light.
This respite, you've earned it, brother. Bask in the darkness. Let it swallow you up and swivel you around while you forget everything you've managed to remember. Now, this is the one before that. We'll just keep cycling it for you if you don't mind. As long as we can. Spin it like black yarn.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
You're welcome, Harry boy. You earned it.
After centuries of darkness, the alarm rings. But what's this? You actually feel rested. There's no time to cuddle with your pillow, however, or as much as shiver from the cold. The world awaits.
Go. The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone while the scruffy-haired little boy.
Hello, mister. It's Lammy.
Lammy is a stuffed lamb that...
Lammy usually doesn't like strangers, but you're also fuzzy, like Lammy. Bye!
I need to level up so I can do that white check over.
Everything's still cool here, officer. I only accept legal tender, officer. Unless that's good for something.
It is not code. He really means his individual net worth. It is not legal tender.
In that case, I cannot accept that as payment, officer. I run everything above board here. Cash only.
You see a set of steel levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Yes. The armor was produced by Fairweather in their facilities in Bétancourt, sur la Clé in 42. It was part of a special order for Corps de Pharmacie, a security firm contracted to protect the interests of Oranese pharmaceutical companies in the Semenine conflict. So, it seems the armor went to Semenine. That's where the paper trail ends, though. Yes! That is the most recent name the ACP has been able to connect to the CBP. And the one before it was Downwell. I also have one called Sediment, but I think that might be a different contractor. No, they work called Sediment. And somatosensor, it seems. All that during the last 9 years.
A suit of armor like this would have been manufactured with a particular person's physique in mind. You should ask for whom this suit was.
Yes, but the ICP tends to be reluctant to share private sector records. I could try to talk them into it, though.
This is a fun challenge for her. An opportunity to contribute beyond doing her job by rote. She'll gladly put in the extra effort for Team RCM.
Glad to help. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have more for you then. 57.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers.
It's you again. What is it?
Didn't the girl say...
Why?
She was walking on the coast. I haven't seen her at all.
Sounds like you want to push this steaming pile of shit on anyone. And now you bit me. Well, not on my watch you won't. Ruby's one of us. I'm not gonna throw her under your moral intern steaming. Fuck that shit.
And fuck you too, moral.
Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation, you become a suspect. You know how it works, guys.
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound theory. I don't want to be rude.
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how quickly your terror presents itself if you keep looking.
$92. Can't miss.
A sudden flash of light in your neocortex. The hostile cafeteria is lit by its airy blaze. Floor plans, bullet trajectories, webs of human emotion, all channeled into a single thought.
Because she was here, all night, with us. He's cobbling together shit so he can put her away. It's Cop 101.
She was here all night, 11:30 to 12:15. She was here during all that time.
Yeah, with us, drinking, near the stage there.
That's it.
All right, she took a fucking leak, okay? For one moment. Maybe went out too. She has an operation to run from her tomorrow. We're not getting into what that operation is again, Cop.
I already know the operation.
That's probably for the best. Don't break her stride.
And just because she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she magically got to the roof and shot him. I've been through this. It's not plausible.
All right, we're in. We got Ruby unaccounted for sometime during the window. This was crucial. Now let's place her on that roof.
People say there was a pinball arcade here. Sometime before the hostels. What was it called? The
East Delta Pinball Arcade. Weird place. Went bankrupt.
Okay, but how'd you get up? There's no room for a staircase in this building. Or an elevator for that matter.
The elevator is outside the building. It's an old dumbwaiter used for moving pinball machines up and down from the workshop. Ruby could have gone up, shot him, come down, all under 7 minutes.
That's quite the theory. We need to have a look at that secret passage.
I'm on it, boss. Right when the law clears, me and Angus are going up there.
It's a dumbwaiter, not an industrial lift. How about I go instead of...
Just now. You got something else to back this route up? Or is that it? Footprints. Recent.
The tracks were recent, but not worn down in the right foot like Ruby's. It's best to omit this pesky little polemic for now. Too confusing.
What else did you make out? How recent? What size? That close, huh? How fortunate. I'll take a thorough look at those prints myself before I believe that cop. Good news is, I'm still listening. I've seen the beach. I'm not blind. That's one mystery, damn it. An architectural mystery. Doesn't much concern Ruby, does it?
He knows it's something. He's just not ready to say you knew more about Ruby than he does yet.
I don't like guessing, Cop.
It opens the steel door in the kitchen, the one that leads upstairs to the roof. This key was right here, with you, all the time.
Quit jumping to conclusions there. You took the key. Did it look like it was recently put there?
No, the ribbon was old. Faded. It had been there for 20 years at least.
Why? This doesn't make sense. It's damn interesting, but it doesn't fit well, and you know it.
It doesn't fit well, but it fits, and he knows it. Also, it has to be said, this man would make a good RCN sergeant, or maybe even lieutenant. Just don't need him anywhere near women.
Firmly doesn't go well with could've. There's a route to the roof. Me and the boys need to check it out. That's what we established. But a route does not put that bullet in his head. A gun does that.
Phase 2. Murder. Get a gun in her hand. If not that, then at least a shadow of a doubt. In the shape of a gun.
You lost your gun? What an idiot!
Tell me, did you lose it before the murder?
Yeah.
Stop thinking about your lost gun, Emmett. You'll get a heart attack.
This was merely a thought exercise. He did not lose his gun. Let's move on.
God damn, that's just about your favorite topic, isn't it? Every fucking 5 seconds.
You were warned not to bring it up. Your best shot here is to just back out of it.
Okay, Carl. She's got connections. I could see how she could have access to it.
That's all you needed. Doubt.
So it had to come from a breech-loading rifle. Military grade. Not even you militia monkeys have those. This goes against your everyone has a gun theory. If it was military grade, how Ruby get it?
Wait. Did he say you don't have big guns? No. Just say you're honest with you. Don't challenge it.
Right. That's mine for coming on you. So, let me extend you the same courtesy. She's connected to you.
Organized crime. Down in Jamrock, probably. He's not being too forthcoming. This is not a surprise.
So she may have access to semi-automatics, but that's a long fucking stretch in the imagination.
I don't know, cop. Why don't you find your lost gun first?
Easy now, Al. This isn't comedy.
Titus, we're not seriously considering it, are we? Ruby wouldn't do this. Why would she do something like this?
Phase 3. Motive. The last component. The big one. Get this and they'll give her to you. Remember, don't piss him off. That never works.
Okay. What angle are we gonna take?
Yeah, like what? A thing, you mean?
Yeah, but they're both girls.
Girls like girls too, Angus, sometimes. This is one of those times. She liked Glacier.
It's not bewildering. It's like, whatever. Guys, I'm not the only one who knew. Right?
Knew what? First he says she's murdered him. Now she's a who? It's a lie.
Come on, Glenn. She likes Monica's titties more than you do. Everyone knows which way the wind blows there.
I did. I knew it. That's why she didn't fuck me at Patty's birthday party.
She didn't fuck you. Cut you 40, and you still live with your mom, Dennis.
Ruby then threatened her and told her to end her relationship with the deceased.
This is some sordid shit. It's also the kind of garbage our Miss O'Ronier puts out to cover her own ass. That movie is queer as cabaret. Now that I start thinking about it, I don't know why I didn't see it. And that's okay. Some are queerer than others. You can still be hardy. But if you bring your own personal shit into our outfit,
If that's the case, then it's not right. But it's not the case, right?
There are many pieces that fit together that way, Eugene. Face it.
Nah, man. That's just Ruby. She's got shit under control. That's her whole thing. That's why she's so good.
Plus, man, it's like female intuition. You know, women talk to women. Which is sort of why we need someone on the team who they talk to. Yeah.
Wishful thinking has no place in a police investigation. A more serious consideration I do wish to provide is that she knew what happened because she did it.
and I suppose you have a theory about that too.
Think about it. Why go through all that effort? It was her idea, wasn't it? The hanging. You went along, but she suggested it.
She had, like, a fully formed plan and shit. Right when she came back downstairs.
Really, Shanks? Claudia wanted to talk to another girl, that's all. She was just the first one up there. I could have come up with that plan if I'd have been first.
Time for a logics demonstration. He scoffs.
Think. You kill him, get up there, shoot him, get down.
The man is silent.
If she used us to cover her own shit up, well, that's a serious violation of the Hardy Code, boss.
Which is why she didn't. This is fucking stupid, Titus. This and the queer thing, all of it. Why aren't more of you defending her? This is fucking stupid, Titus.
Glenn, I thought the same thing when she skipped town and left us in this shit.
Oh, so he didn't rule her out completely. And she skipped town. This is good. Silence. He looks around the room. The old man in the corner nods, a very small nod, and a trickle of tobacco spit on his lip. This is the only option he cares for.
Yeah, now see, there's one more thing I've been wondering about. Ever since you asked me where she is. Add it to your list of suspicious, if you will. I don't know where she went. She just got up and left. Got real scared, too. Wouldn't tell me where. However, hard I asked. Wondering if she was afraid I would tell her. Maybe she was right. By now, I probably would.
She knew there's evidence on her, and she knew we'd find it. This is typical suspect behavior, why fleeing is always incriminatory.
Perhaps. Ask her if you find her. It won't be easy, though. She made sure of that. Friday afternoon, when you first arrived, I got word the RCM was in town. Then she came in to see me. Told me she was leaving. That's when we had our little conversation. I told you. No, you, as in the cop with the sideburns and the disco clothes.
And a hole in his heart. That first.
Why not? You look about ready to do something pretty crazy because some bird fucked you over. Sure. Normal. You know, when I first saw you limping here, I thought she was paranoid or sniffing her own supply. But now I'm not so sure. She said you have a funny taste in clothes, and that you won't stop until you have something on her. She said she's heard of you from Jamrock, that you're a human can opener, that you play suspects against each other, open them up like cans.
Fucking hell. Titus, did he just...
Open Angus up like a can? Yes, he did. Now, we can whine about it, whack him, or we can go on with our lives. I'm having a go on with our lives kind of day, Al. How about you?
It's not an actual question. Silence. He nods.
Yeah, there was something else. She wouldn't tell me, though. I could see she wanted to. It was burning on her lips. This caught Titus. This caught Pete. But she was too scared. She's not far. We know that much. She didn't take her lorry, so she's on foot.
Good fucking luck, man. She knows this place like the back of her hand. You'll never find her.
Yeah, Al. And we won't either.
She's not really a hardy candidate anymore, is she?
She's not, Glenn. A little. On the coast.
Where have you looked for her, more precisely?
More precisely, on the coast, past the waterlock. She's not here, so I'm thinking she's there. Sure, there's some shithouses there, a cinderblock town. Fisherfolk there refuse to unionize, so that's one place we haven't looked. I hear they have a shack where junkies sometimes crash. Time for you to step up.
We will start there. One more question. What does Ruby look like?
Boyish. Hair's red. Dyed. She looks like a Lowry man. The what now? I have no idea. Boys?
She said she's building a...
What?
We were talking about radio equipment. She said she's doing Ulan frequencies and a hail something. I don't know more.
This guy barely understands what he's talking about.
There you have it. Hail something.
It feels like you'll get to know soon enough.
It'll have to.
His grip is firm and reassuring, like holding a piece of unpolished granite. Not just granite, tightly packed RCM Sergeant material. No, he already is a sergeant. That's what you're feeling. He just wasn't sure what you are.
Time to investigate this guy.
The door is closed again. Nothing to do here anymore. You hear someone inside, walking from room to room. Whoever lives here must be back home. The door is closed. You hear them. This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security.
Let's go. There's nothing to do here for us anymore.
Other boat it was that I needed to level up. Wait till I reach, but I need that point to progress the story.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with? Nay, I haven't seen anyone lately. This is my little cinder block town. I know what goes on around here.
She's being evasive. She knows something.
There was a murder in Martinez. She might be a suspect. We would appreciate your help.
Would you now? I know how this world works, and it doesn't work when people tell on each other. Ah, I should have known. This is yet another union mess. I'm not afraid of them, you know. We are not in the habit of being afraid around here. There's not much to tell. People come and go. Now, what?
I see. I hope you don't mind if we look around a little.
You should look around your ship. Maybe she's rented it out to others too.
They've been harboring criminals, lady.
As you look at the floorboards in this corner of the shack, it's clear one of them isn't quite level, with the edge of the floorboard next to it looks scratched. Hollow space underneath the floorboards is dark and damp. You can barely make out the mixture of sand and sawdust below. Nothing particular catches your eye. Looks like more reeds. There might be something hidden inside the sand though. Something bad. Someone's night thoughts. The last resort. You stick your hand in and start combing through the sand. A small cylindrical object. You pull it out. A bullet. A 9mm bullet, to be exact. Fit for all muzzle loaders of that caliber. The floorboard isn't interested. Maybe the washerwoman is. You have enough to confront her with. It's extra ammunition. She's locked and loaded, ready to fight some cops. Holding the bullet, you get the feeling this isn't ammunition against you. It's for herself. On the table, you see a bowl of water.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope down that girl.
But you didn't put it there, did you?
Gone and hid things in there? She's usually a good tenant, and not a stupid one either. Yes, I let my room to that Ruby girl.
I knew it.
I as I've done before when she's been in trouble or just looking for solitude. She came last Friday, left on Monday in a hurry. What has she gotten herself into, that girl?
She seems genuinely worried about her previous tenant. She's seen her in and out from trouble before, but this seems different.
That's for the police to find out. Right then, please answer each question to the best of your ability. I'm sure we have a few.
Yes, early with the dogs, around 8 o'clock, I think.
She probably heard the lieutenant's Kamehameha drive by, and it woke her up, just like it did you.
Yes. That is a downside of having a 130 kilowatt engine. It lets the bad guys know when you're coming.
I cleaned it, like I always do. No.
The truth, sire.
She's good company. Knows how to talk to an old woman. At my age, you don't get a lot of quality conversation. So I really appreciate that about her.
This Ruby is an old lady whisperer. She knows how to work the village over, unlike you.
Did she talk to you much during her last stay?
No, she was mostly silent this time. Kept to herself. She tried not to let it show, but I could tell she had come to fish. Usually she likes to cast a few lines, but this time she mostly stayed in her room.
She wanted to talk to her, as they usually do, but she was brooding.
How would I know? She's a tough one, but not violent. She doesn't go around toting a gun.
You could ask her about your hunch, that it was a desperate measure. See if she thinks Ruby fits the bill.
Aye, do tell. Exit from what?
The lieutenant stops writing for a moment. He looks at you, then at the old woman.
No, she's a fighter.
She really believes that.
Nothing of the sort. Sure, she was no stranger to the bottle. She fit in that way. But I only knew her to have a beer on the beach while watching the sunset.
The sun sets for everyone.
She isn't what you call a drunk. Even offered me some from time to time. Said it was part of the communal life. But I never saw her lose control of herself, the way some people do. Not that I know of, though she was into nice music. She once showed me a few mixtape millions she'd made. Although I guess she was pretty handy with the mechanical and technical stuff. Even fixed the heater in the shop. You should be thankful for that.
She may simply have kept the equipment elsewhere.
don't know. Further up the coast. She tried to leave quietly, but the hinges on that door screeched like a cat in heat. Woke me up. I heard her rushing in those heavy boots, heading up north.
One sec, guys.
It's a peninsula. She might be trapped.
Alright, back.
You'll never find her, you know. She knows the coast like the back of her head. You only just arrived.
I wouldn't worry about that, man. We are persistent.
This is a cool moment. It needs a cool thing to be said.
Yes, it's going to be too much work for you to find her. Better for you to stay here, get a nice cozy fire going in the heater.
The failed electric mural. You feel like you should go look at it again. Step closer this time.
What more do you want to know about that poor girl? Yes, let's hear those other questions. One thing, officer. If you do find her, please go easy on her.
She really means it. It's an honest plea.
She's a good girl. Whatever she's gotten herself mixed up in.
The sea's gonna calm down soon. Oh? Who? Okay. When did this person stay here? Oh.
Very
I've been
recently.
out on the sea for most of the past week. The weather's been good for fishing, so I usually start at 4 in the morning. Yes, that's the optimal time. Got to make the most of the calm. I've been sleeping like a corpse after. The sea really takes its toll. Now I'm just waiting for the wind to settle to get out there again. Sorry I couldn't help you out. Maybe I can help you find someone else. Well, how can I assist you then, officer? The sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is...
Who is this person?
I'll just keep the Corps de Leche in the channel, if that's okay. It's too shallow near the pier.
Oh, this lady.
Hi, ma'am. And it's a jetty, by the way. Of course. Jetty. I prefer a good jetty to a pier any day. Jetty.
Something about the way she says it makes you want to sing.
Oh, Jetty. It's good to see you here, detectives. I only just arrived myself.
What brings you here?
Nothing, really. I've had my eye on this jetty for weeks now, so I decided to investigate it personally. This cluster of buildings isn't on any of the official maps, as far as I can tell.
That, and she's also keeping an eye on you.
Spying has such a negative connotation. I did track your progress along the coast, however, and decided I would be better able to assist you from here.
Why do you think you can help?
Then there's is the matter of that little scamp in old lady clothes. She threatened to paint the cordelate red. Like blood, you see. Well, I like it the way it is. White.
What is this? Destruction of property, hooliganism, elder abuse, and who is this scamp anyway?
No need. Lillian and I are getting on much better. For one, she appreciates the concept of rent. How do I like it?
Water drips down eaves of Eternite. The jetty below her feet creaks to the tune. The smell of salt and dog shit in the background.
It's pornographically poor. The street has no name. All the men are dead or missing. And is that the carcass of a motor carriage over there? I'm surprised that woman hasn't put me to the sword yet. Maybe she will. You should ask your questions while you can.
Dark eyes survey the coast leading up to Martinez. Dull grey metal rests in her scabbard. A sword. The wind is too loud for her to hear.
Fortunately for you, madame, the RCM is on the scene.
All right. Politics time. Let's react. Real men, real politics, real thoughts in your head.
What am I supposed to say here?
She could easily just...
It's early spring, and the rains are coming. An officer enters a low hut of stone and wood. Inside, weapons are piled against the walls. Rifles with splintering stocks. And swords. Tens, if not hundreds. They're antiques, says Lieutenant John, the archetype McCoy, to his partner. They're digging them up from the catacombs now. Fixing them. Old caches from the revolution. The children carry them up. Come May, the streets will be flooded. Outside, the wind rattles the loose hatches, flooded with cheap weapons in angry hands.
Do you know how they discovered this place? No, they're in Sealindian, Isola. I'm guessing you don't know then. Well, your condition has left you no worse off than most of these people. The literacy rate is around 45% west of the river. 50 years of occupation have left these people in an oblivion of poverty. It's a pity. Most of these people will never know what this place means. This island of matter, or why they were ferried over in the first place. Remind me to tell you one day. For now, how can I assist you in this new location? Of course. I hear you have singled out a suspect and are in pursuit. This is cause for cautious optimism. How can I help you at this juncture? Of course. Anything to help. I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. If there is anything else I can help you with, please ask. Well, technically speaking, I'm not on it right now. Good. Of course. Of course.
Don't tell her you've met Everard right away. There's time. The scruffy-haired little boy.
What bad people?
I don't think questioning 4-year-old.
Then we're definitely doing it.
What?
I don't think...
Then we're definitely doing it. This one.
Lily's our mum.
The other one. Maybe there's some kind of... The boy. You will never get an answer. That's how it is with these little idiots.
Hello, mister. Luby. Raluby. My mum tells me I'm a big girl, but she doesn't know that I can't say Earl. Or sometimes I can, but then Uller.
Kids.
Yes, I am. Little Lily. You know my mom? That's nice. My mom is great. Bye!
I need to go into the church, but I just feel like I need to have my gun first. I just feel like the gun is important for that part. And in this game, if you die, you have to start over. Like, as you die, you're a news article. And then it puts you right back in the start. You have to pick an archetype and assign your stats and right from the beginning. I think that even happened to me on screen now.
Scattering bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other.
Visual calculus. I can get 90 something. Something here can give me higher visual calculus. Visual calculus, there you go.
Scattering bullet holes is spread across the row of ghostly shades stand facing the wall. There are many of them, a dozen at least, their heads lowered and eyes blindfolded. 10 meters away, other shades are lined up in an orderly manner. Automatic rifles prime. A gust of wind blows by. The coats of the firing squad flap slowly in the breeze. A single person stands on the side. Droplets of rain fall on the wooden planks, the surrounding sand dunes. The clouds block out any rays of light. A long time has passed since the moment of this fusillading. Rain and brine have since washed all the blood away. Not a trace remains. The abundance of bullet holes leads to two options. Either an inordinate amount of execution performed here, or they did not use a conscience round, where only one soldier has the loaded rifle. Looks like this was a mass execution with everyone fully armed. A host of men, probably in everyday clothes, ragged from the conflict and covered in dust. They were not sitting, a common practice for executions in some nations, as demonstrated by the height level of the bullet holes. They stand, facing the wall. It's impossible to discern any details about their personality or background. Ordinary people, familiar, each and every one of them. Leeches, fleas, and thieves, all the freeloader scum living off the hard work of others, such is your belief. Maybe you should change it. They were praying, screaming. 7 men in combat uniforms and dark coats, holding automatic rifles aimed at the people. Soldiers from some side, but from which one? Men of duty, dark duty. Overpriced mercenaries putting down some rabid dogs. Someone's got to do it, right? The commandant, the one who gives the order. Machine gun fire crackling through the air. The lights of the muzzle flashes dancing on his face.
I don't know. I don't know who died here, landed beside that horrible wall. It could have been any of the parties involved in the revolution. Perhaps the ones executed here were the loyalist conservatives, killed by the communists at the start of the civil war. Or it could have been the communists, put to death during the last stretch of the conflict by the coalition forces.
Remember what Trent Heidelstein said about Valor?
Another likely scenario.
Or maybe...
Yeah, it's very unlikely the coalition forces were the ones who died here. They were always the last ones against the wall. To be honest, if a coalition member was anyone in this situation, it was a commandant, a superior giving the orders.
A cold sea wind blows away the figures.
Oh, you know what I need to have on? Crowbar.
There's no way that Perk isn't here, officer. Look how scarred the boards are. All attempts to pry them off have failed.
The suspect? God, I hope not. I can't see a way in, though many have tried.
Not this time. The opposition is insurmountable, but I like the spirit. Have some points. It's lonely and cold without points. And dangerous. Dangerous too.
Okay. Camera 6 will go on. Thanks for joining the stream now. They are trying to figure out this murder. There's a suspect hiding somewhere here and I've got to find them now. Yeah, we'll play DISCO ELYSIUM more and tabletop kind of game like that. Shadowrun maybe.
The dome-shaped plastic book.
Hello. Isn't this... No, I'm afraid I can't help you with this one, officer. It's just a regular day off for me and Mikhail here.
So you haven't seen anyone around?
No, I'm sorry. As I said, this is just a day off. We just arrived anyway.
There's something friendly and familiar in how he says that. A day off. He's telling the truth. He hasn't seen anyone.
Oh, we just found something.
The light vanishes inside the concrete slit. Maybe it's just a storm drain for the sun.
No idea. Could be connected to one of the buildings around here. We might find her down somewhere. There's an old storm drain system beneath Martinez that's mostly collapsed. Revachol sewage system has been built and rebuilt 4 or 5 times now. In conclusion, she could be under any building. I hope not.
There's no echo and no answer.
So I guess I'm not going down there. I don't want to go into church without my gun. I just really feel like I need it. It seems like I'm running out of options of places to look. I'm gonna save it before I go in there. Just in case. I get the feeling I should walk in here. So let me not run, you know what I mean?
The silence in this part of the church, it's almost palpable. All the shifting matter and shuffling of living things is gone. Nothing seems to exist beyond the church anymore. Maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, even your footsteps would be completely silent. And then it's gone. Almost all of it. But for the faintest of hums, it seems the sound here is detached from its source somehow, if not blotted out outright. Truly unusual. You can hardly hear your own breathing. You produce a few muffled thumps, after which the silence feels even more total. Your voice is barely audible. Not a howl, but the softest of whimpers. The lieutenant points to his ears and shakes his head. Then he leans closer.
Can you hear anything? I wonder why the church was built with such strange acoustics.
His detached tone conceals how uncomfortable he is. Maybe the church was designed this way, to prevent boisterous activity, singing and dancing on its premises.
Could be.
He doesn't seem entirely convinced, though. The orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower overhead. The silence, the darkness. They've been relaxed. It'll be okay.
Perception. Damn it. I might die.
Just darkness without end. It makes your head spin. Filled with vague shapes of woodwork, the sense of a great height. There's nothing. You're dizzy and disoriented as you see dark and more dark rising.
Officer, what are you looking at?
You see something hanging from the rafters, looking straight at you with dark eyes. Maybe it's possible to talk to it. Machine stands in the corner, watched over by the figures on the stained glass window.
Another radio computer. And this time it's already turned on.
These machines sometimes harbor traps, he thinks. Alarm systems and the like. Let's be careful.
We should leave. I doubt this place bears any connection to the case.
You see fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard. A hatch connected to the central compartment is wide open.
Adorbs. All going thanks for joining the stream, yeah? Cammy. Big up.
The lieutenant says nothing. You see the machine's glowing frame reflected back from his diamond-shaped glasses. Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like fireflies. Silver tape on the side says, in black marker, log, February to March. Another filament memory. Press play to talk with the repeater. Nothing happens. The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver.
Good morning, Fortress Accident on Saint-Brun. This is the East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
Adorbs, respect for joining the stream, yeah?
It's the same old woman you spoke with through the radio computer in the doomed commercial area.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Let's look around. There's no use trying to guess the answer.
Received. I've Fortress Accident. Is there anything else? Good. Thank you. Please repeat. Good. Please repeat the password.
Let's look around. There's no use.
Received. Votre accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today? Goodbye.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated, revealing fluorescent play and print. In white, silver, and apricot faience, the young mother of humanism stands above you. A crack runs across her body. She is impossibly tall, oval-faced and sad, a dark and radiant majesty. This is her innocence, Dolores Day. Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress. You should kneel. Your knees touch the floor. The floorboards are hard and cold. There you kneel among the snowdrifts, diffuse light falling on your hands from beyond the glass. The world is silent, but for the creaks and cracks of the massive wooden structure behind you, it covers you from the wind outside. In the darkness, you sense her eyes on you, inspecting you with their multicolored glass, as if you're a bug under a microscope. The woman looks down at you kneeling. She towers among her followers, architects, laymen, courtiers. There is a sad smile on her lips, and a glint in her green-blue eye of what? Compassion, remorse. She acknowledges the passing of someone who is still alive. You. As that soft word passes through your mind, the lieutenant draws an X-shaped cross from shoulder to shoulder. Your fingertips touch your chest 4 times. Then you rise from your knees into the apricot-colored light of the window. Above you, the woman still smiles her distant smile, sundered by the crack in the glass.
Yes, I wasn't sure before, but this must be the DeLorean Church of Humanity in Martinez. It's called the Small Pinewood Church in some records. It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps misplace it. It was built not long after Ravachon's founding, 300 or so years ago, by first-generation settlers.
On the coast of an uninhabited archipelago, where only animals...
Go and top up the screen while you're here, guys. The likes help. I'm live on YouTube and live on Twitch too.
There used to be 7 stave churches on the coast. They said so, they call them, the 7 Sisters. Only one remains. The rest were burnt in the revolution.
If you're enjoying the stream, you can just like the live, send some gifts.
We should be respectful here, although the building appears to
follow
be
and subscribe.
I do not believe we'll find an instigator here.
I'm on Twitch too, and YouTube.
Respectful. Is the lieutenant a follower of DeLoreanism? A pang of guilt. The lieutenant is leaving something out.
I have a theory, yes. There was a police raid a while back. I heard the place was shot to pieces. Well, your station was involved, I hear. Although I can't be sure.
How come the lieutenant isn't sure? Is this confidential information?
3 prisons were involved in the raid, and people say prison 41 was one of them. I am pretty sure it was a clandestine operation. I don't know anything more about it, why it was conducted, or who participated. I try not to pry into extra-district matter. Good luck. You will not get information on a confidential operation from your station secretary just by calling. If you really don't remember, it might be better to keep this one forgotten. It happened a while ago. It's unimportant to our business in Martinez now.
Despite the damage you've done to yourself, the title appears lodged in your hippocampus. This is Her Innocence, Dolores Day. The innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state. Perhaps the most famous human being ever to have lived. No amount of Commodore Red can wipe her sad smile from your brain thing. It has survived the deluge and haunts you still, and will haunt you forever, as it haunts all men. The highest category of historic individual and embodiment of the world spirit. More, and innocence is elected to office by the founding party, a precedent that has taken place a mere 6 times in the entirety of history. The legal system of the Real Belt is built to accommodate innocent rule should it coincide with our time. And innocence is infallible. The decisions made by one are not decisions. They are
Respect for the likes, guys.
What would have happened anyway, only accelerated, packed into
We're at
decades
3K
instead of
likes.
centuries. And innocence is a continuous, compressed event, a sacred human being. It is an honor and a glory to live when one is in office. No, we are alone. Years ago, in the wake of the discovery of this Isola, the Insulindian, by explorers from the continent of Mawindi, she is, among other things, the innocence of inter-isolary travel and the connected world.
Respect for the likes, guys. I have a schedule on Twitch.
Many things.
So you can know what I'm playing tomorrow.
The wife of an influential Marchese, and
Sunday
eventually
to Sunday.
the principal advisor to Irene
You can check out the schedule on Twitch. Gameaholykz.
modern-day Sir Clay. Also, that she was gorgeous beyond beauty. Draped in ancient sadness. Are you sure you want to remember this bit of historic trivia? Standing under a long, slender form like this, the past is a silo of sadness, fermenting. You should keep away. No, you must know. Terribly, she made the most of her position in the antediluvian court. A court visited by the most prominent thinkers and artists of the day. In secret, she was becoming the era's preeminent philosopher of the state. A scalpel, a piercing gaze. She was an almost preternaturally magnetic and intelligent individual. To her contemporaries, she appeared out of time, a messenger from the future of the species. We all fell in love with her, head over heels. Even before she was declared an innocence, her influence was tremendous. It was on her advice that Irene, the navigator, sponsored a number of voyages into the Pale. A costly, often tragic endeavor, ultimately vindicated by the discovery of the new world, the piece of reality you're standing on. She was crowned 2 years after the first expedition returned, setting in motion what is widely considered the greatest era in history, the DeLorean era. Wow, indeed. When her innocence was declared,
Then
and the queen she had
rolls.
advised for years fell
We're
on her
gone.
knees before her, she was so overcome with emotion that her lungs started glowing.
There I play some Disco ELYSIUM.
Bystanders reported golden
We're in the
filaments
church right
lighting
now.
an
I wish I had
already
my
silent
gun,
chamber around her,
but I need some
clearly
experience
visible
points,
beneath her dress.
so I have to proceed.
That is why the lungs are the symbol of love for the cultures of the Real Belt. As did we all, the lands of the Mest and the Occident, and even far away Supra-Mawindi, altogether 21 of the 40 Mundial nations of the time, immediately accepted an ascetic rule, even before her crowning. In a city called Advesperaskit in Vespa Messina, her homeland, the name of the city means evening comes, but it happened on a winter's morning. She was dressed in a white and pearl dress on an emptied-out plaza with the crowd far away.
Respect for the likes, guys.
The secret servicemen of the Innocents were worried about and as assassination
Can this go on top, you know what I mean?
Oh yes, she looked like humanity's young mother, a perfect mother, insultingly beautiful. It was as if her face and shoulders and hands were covered in a soft down of underfeathers. You know this well, very well. Midwinter snow was beating the cobblestones around her. A small attaché of officials stood by as her ferriers placed a white gold wreath on her head. The crowning was mostly witnessed by Secret Servicemen. One of the men in this Secret Service killed her 22 years later. A young man who had come to suspect that Dolores Day was not entirely human, but something else. Something that had walked in our midst, watching us stumble for hundreds, if not thousands of years, until it decided to interfere in the course of our history. We were supposed to come up with this ourselves. The man was reported to have screamed at the innocents. Dolores Day was shot in the chest with a fowling piece 8 times. The man, thought to be insane, said he once touched her and her body had been unnaturally warm, like a furnace, and that sometimes, while on duty, he observed her forgetting to breathe for over 10 minutes. This inhuman quality was witnessed by many others as well, glowing lungs and all. It is commonly attributed to mass hysteria and religious psychology. Terrifying is a term too emotionally charged for your semantic memory, or what remains of it. But terrifying. It's a simple word. She was bad for humanity, and you shouldn't have started thinking
Thanks for joining the stream.
You already do. Although she is often considered to be the greatest human being to ever live, there was something ominous about Dolores Day. Constantly surrounded by
They went into the church, so what that's about. There's a guy hiding in the roof.
She was the most socially
secluded
and least self-aware of all
first.
the innocences. Some modern thinkers would consider her a war criminal for the campaigns she waged against the Mesk state. And then there were the resettlement programs. The Mesk state tried to detach itself from innocentic rule. Parts of the world were experiencing whiplash from accelerated into
You ever played this ELYSIUM before? What do you think?
And mass resettlement of
It's like Shadowrun.
were problematic as well. Dissenters were suppressed by a military force she called the Army of Humanity, suggesting those who fight against it are not part of humanity. She adored chess, yes, but also military war games. Dolores Day often holds a tiny tin soldier between her index finger and thumb in icons such as this. She was also blonde, the blondest woman you have ever seen, with green eyes the color of the percentage. Mare interregnum. Little is known of her Marquesi husband. It's as if he vanished from history after completing his role, which was to introduce Dolores Day to court.
So we'll
in conclusion,
have to listen to all of this stuff because the narration is good.
Even terrifying.
And you learn the lore, but you also get experience. So if I didn't do all of this, then I wouldn't get the experience, and I need that to level up. I just need 5 more. And I got 5 a while ago, so I might get 5 more before this conversation done.
This subtle terror is part of her iconography.
Lieutenant Freighter, you've stood there for over 5 minutes. What are you thinking of, if I may ask? okay. It's just that you've been looking in that window for quite long. And it's calling you. This church, the coast in general, we shouldn't linger here. Yes, we all are. Her name, body, and rule are synonymous with humanism. The laws we enforce are DeLorean in origin.
The woman looks by in silence, smiling enigmatically.
It's not spiritual, it's constitutional. The DeLorean system does not demand faith, only accordance.
A jigsaw of broken shards falls into place in front of you. A ghostly reconstruction of the stained glass window. Before it was shattered, there was an old woman beneath the younger one. And a text.
I'm on Twitch and YouTube too, guys, so if you're on those platforms, you can check me out there. I stream there, I multi-stream.
Something during the raid the lieutenant mentioned. Or just hooligans looking for something to break. The inscription on her throne says, Irene the Navigator. She is depicted as an older woman wearing thick-brimmed eyeglasses, holding a golden rain's confer in one hand and a scepter in the other. This is the queen her innocence stay advised. Above, she herself is whole. Small figures of wise men, common men, worshippers walk up the stairs to stand at her feet. Secret servicemen, 30 years, stand in a row guarding her. It must have taken years to produce this work in all its dizzying detail. Below both women, in luminous black letters, Après la vie, mort. Après la mort, la vie de nouveau. And then, along the left side,
There you
Après
go.
le monde, la clé.
Level up.
Après le prix, le monde de nouveau. After life, death. After death, life again.
Death, life again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This exaltation is common in DeLorean sacralism. In the early years, it was even incorporated as the RCM slogan. No more, however. Justice, union, prudence, and force. Ice cool.
The mother of humanism towers above you. A wax. The machine's keyboard is still illuminated.
Let's just save it. Empathy.
Hey, her innocence Dolores Day liked little figurines, right? Liked holding little men between her fingers, remember? You have the headless Falcon Rider figurine. You should give it to her. Win her back. So very, very, very nifty. Nifty and mysterious. This is surely what the figurines are for. The machine's keyboard is still. The mother of humanism stands above you, a precious and why? That does seem to be a problem. Maybe you meant something else. I don't know. What are we thinking of? Part of your mind has gone on to other things already. Only a strange little sadness remains. The mother of humanism towers above you, a wax painting on a cracked pane of glass. Nothing has changed in her expression.
You see that person right there? At the bottom of the screen? They're in the roof. Scarf. Not right now. Yeah, let's confront this guy, huh?
Is that a man? Looks more like part of the carpentry of the building came alive and is now studying you intently. The crab man. The man leaned forward a little, fixing you with a steady, unreadable gaze, then speaks.
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes. But don't worry, everything's gonna be alright. You come to the right place.
That accent is Villalobos, a peninsula in Mesk, and a district in general. There's a sizable contingent of Villalobos-speaking Mesks in Revachol.
I'm here to receive the mother's love. You can too, Holmes. And when you're ready, she will take your hand and lift you out of that despair at the bottom of that bottle.
This man is obviously a habitual narcotics user. Do we really need to question him?
Yes, we do.
I'm put off by this religious stuff, he thinks. And maybe the ceiling climbing, too. It's all very hard to square with the lieutenant's own view of reality.
Oh, yeah, sure. You don't know anything about alcohol use. You got it all under control, Wade. I can smell the control all the way over here.
You don't know me. Too emotional.
I know it's hard to admit that you got a problem. I was like you once. Couldn't take an honest look into my own heart and see I was in pain.
You know, actually, since we're here, you may want to pay attention to what the ceiling climber is saying.
If the lieutenant agrees, then maybe, just maybe, you should pay attention.
Fuck you, Crabman! You don't tell us what to do! Tell him!
Don't trust me. Trust the mother. I'm only the messenger, Holmes.
Wait, what if it's Ruby?
Did it ever seem to you like she was hiding here from something?
You mean like a fugitive?
1 second, guys. There.
No, man.
We're
Quite
back,
the
guys.
opposite. I don't think she cared much about authority or anything else for that matter. Maybe only about her machines.
I see. And where is she now?
I told you, Holmes. I don't know. You just have to wait until she comes back, or
search through her radio computer.
Too many times, essay.
Surveys are a good way to fish for personal information, especially in the name of public safety.
Don't sweat it, vato. The password is afterlife death.
That is true. But what comes after death?
What you think of that? Makes me almost pity la niñita pequeña when I hear it. Never known myself to be a crab, but if that's the name you got for me, I won't stop you from using it. I always thought of myself more like a flame, flickering along the rafters and beams. It may be that I gotta work on my technique.
That's not the only technique he's working on. Look at those carved sculptures. And is that a satchel of tools over there?
Sure am. Whittling wood used to be something I just did to busy my hands. Now I use those same hands in service of something greater than my own restlessness.
All right, let's consider the context and meaning here.
It's all just for the mother, man. No need to overthink it. I was in a gangway, but my memories of that time are fading. Most of them are already gone. That's not really the point, I say. You gotta give yourself over to service. Service of the mother, that is.
Do you remember your name, sir?
The lieutenant is not particularly interested in this information. He's just trying to assert some control over the conversation.
Tiago's my name, but those syllables don't mean much to me these days. A name isn't just your identity, but also, so to speak, your place amongst your fellows, your place in the world. I ain't got no use for such a place anymore. That's just the thing, Holmes. None of that matters. This is a special place. There's a perforation in the world up there, a way out into nothingness. This church was built around it for purposes of veneration. I circled it, nurtured by the silence bestowed by the mother. One of these days, I'll be pure enough to go drink from it directly. No. There's a new god in town, and she can't be painted. She is a cavity in the dark, beyond sense. She saved me, but I couldn't describe her to you. No one can, Holmes, and no one ever will. I will be incinerated, but not destroyed. Finally, I won with the state of the world before reality began.
That sounds a bit like substitution behavior, no? You know a thing or two about that.
It's not like that at all, man. It's just faith and joyful service.
Too gleeful, those words. He is lying. Not to you, to his very own self.
I heard that before, Way, and I know I can't convince you on the spot. But think, when's the last time you woke up from silent communion with a hangover, regretting what you did last night?
There are drugs darker than alcohol circling your system.
She took you for a good spin, huh? Don't worry, bro. That love is but a drop compared to the ocean of the mother's love. The mother will eat all of you and never spit you out. I know it will take time. Don't sweat it. I'm a seraph, Holmes. I sing the mother's glory. I don't mean literal singing, Holmes. This is the mother of silence we're talking about. It's the singing of a burning heart. You may be thinking, but fire crackles. No, Holmes. That's the material that's burning. The flames themselves are without sound. I think they were. A long time ago. I had to shed them like skins to get closer to the center of the silence. You could have them. I don't need them anymore.
They'd only stop him from climbing.
Hard to say. I think I did some construction work here, back when I still had material worries. Up there, I realized what the true purpose of the church was. Been spending a lot of time here ever since.
Thanks for joining the stream, man.
It didn't belong to me.
Playing some disco ELYSIUM in the church right now.
The sinewy figure lingers on the wooden beams, blending into the shadows.
Something like that.
Did you witness it?
Not really, or at least I don't remember much of it anymore. The mother's love has done its job. That's what's so great about the mother. It lets you forget about everything. The ones in the tent outside, right? I see them. Guessing they're the ones who call me a crab. Probably scared of me. Nah, man. They look pretty funny. And I don't harm no one anymore. Anyway. Wouldn't bother me none to have them spin music in here. I'm usually way up.
of February, 51. Brought some food from the grocery store. Apparently, there's a strike going on in the harbor. Definitely not happy to see the Martinez people again. Everything's now set up in the church. Going to start working tomorrow, 8 a.m.
The strike. We are nearing the date of the murder. Keep reading.
25th of February, 51. I've been sending data up to Linter for a while now, trying to recreate the data loss, but nothing. Didn't even feel like logging in for disappointment. But I did discover a curious audio-spatial anomaly at the back of the church. I've named it the Swallow. It swallows sound. Need to get some mics.
Is she talking about?
28th of February, 51. Yes, the first recordings confirm that the swallow is real and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence with a diameter of approximately 3 meters. Seems like the higher I go, the less I record. This might be a coincidence, or it could be connected to the data loss that led me here.
The pillar of silence. She is talking about the silence. Is she suggesting it's more than just an architectural
The lieutenant doesn't answer. He follows your gaze, studying the basins. The water shines in them. March 51. Some kind of young disco men have appeared next to the church. I've been trying to record the silence to find the epicenter, but now it turns out I've also been capturing the future of dance music, one neo-disco song over and over again. Fortunately, the song is so monotonous, I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it out. The other day, one of the disco men came in. Before I could even say hello, she got scared and left. Good, I don't want anyone distracting me from my work. That disco man must be a cell.
A girl on the ice? Sounds like her, yes.
March 51. I got a call from the repeater station. Someone has tried to access the radio computer in our old office in Martinez. Can't do anything about it. The storekeeper still doesn't want to let me inside the building. Thinks I'm part of some kind of curse. How Martinez of her.
I knew it wasn't a good idea to meddle with the machine.
No. It was a great idea. You're learning things. This is how you learn things about machines. March 51. A new 2-meter aux cable. Noodles. Crackers. Ping energy drinks. Water. Toothpaste. Gum. Also some canned air. You're really interrupted by the sound of the church door opening. A strange woman makes straight for the radio computer.
Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
Yes, you are breaking in, but not into her radio computer. You're a master circuit bender.
I do apologize for the intrusion, madame. We are with the RCM, you see.
There are no coalition military data links. And even if there was, you couldn't access them over a civilian network. No one's hiding here. It's just me and my computer, and it has been this way for weeks. Now please give me some room. I need 2 seconds to see that you haven't destroyed anything.
We should talk to her after she has rebooted the machine.
Gonna end the stream.